So today I'm talking about a P0069 code, what it is and how you can go about fixing it. And so what is a P0069 code? Well, it's a manifold absolute pressure, barometric pressure correlation. And so what does this mean? Well, basically the computer needs to know all the air that's going into the engine and how dense the air is that's going into the engine, which can change with elevation. And to do this, it uses different sensors. It can use a MAP sensor, a BARO sensor. Sometimes there's what's called a mass airflow sensor. And which sensors an engine has is really going to vary. It's going to depend on the year, the make, the manufacturer, different things like this. So if you do go to work on a vehicle with this P0069 code, it's a good idea to get a diagram where all these sensors are located, what sensors are being used, because there will be differences. So be sure to keep that in mind. The manifold absolute pressure sensor is usually combined with the BARO sensor. They're usually going to be one sensor, although again, sometimes they can be separate. And the manifold absolute pressure sensor is just measuring the pressure inside the intake manifold, while a barometric pressure sensor is measuring the atmospheric pressure, which will change usually with elevation. But when you get this P0069 code, the computer's seeing a problem with the barometric pressure sensor and the manifold absolute pressure sensor. Basically, the readings that they're giving the computer, they're out of range more than they should be. There's some kind of issue going on there. And so it's going to be troubleshooted to know why. And so what would be some possible causes of a P0069 code? Well, the first thing that could cause this is a clogged up intake, mainly like a dirty intake air filter. If that filter gets really clogged up with a lot of debris and it starts blocking the airflow going into the engine, then that's going to cause problems. So first thing to do is go check that air filter and be sure that it looks like it's clean. The next thing that could cause this is a clogged up exhaust. And this is mainly going to have to do with the catalytic converter. When a catalytic converter starts to fail, quite often they start to come apart and they can clog up the exhaust, and that will cause a back pressure to build up in the engine. The engine will have to work harder to push the exhaust out, and that can start causing problems. Usually when the engine does have a bad catalytic converter or it's all clogged up, the engine's going to have less power than it used to be. It just won't want to go like it used to. Also, usually you'll be getting like catalyst codes, like for example, a P0420, catalyst system efficiency below threshold bank 1. So if the engine is bogging down, it doesn't have a lot of power like it used to, and you're getting other codes like catalyst codes, then that might be the problem. But the next thing on the list is going to be a bad catalytic converter. And the next thing on the list is going to be a bad manifold absolute pressure sensor or a bad BARO sensor, which like I said before is usually combined into one sensor. But again, they can be separate, so be sure to get a diagram for your specific vehicle. That way you know for sure what's going on. There's some different ways to go about testing these sensors. If you have a scan tool of live data or data stream, you can go in and check out what the manifold absolute pressure vacuum is and the barometric pressure vacuum. And with the engine off, these shouldn't be reading anything. So for example, right here, this value 172, with the engine off, that'll be 0. And if it is reading something with the engine off, then you know it's bad, or you know there's some kind of issue going on there. If it is reading 0, then you could start up the engine and you check to see if the values go up. And while the engine's idling, it should stable out. For example, like right here, 172. And then you rev up the engine and those values should go up. But then when you come off the gas, it should go back to what that basic idling range is. So you can go check out these sensors if you have a good scan tool. There's some good YouTube videos on this. I've made YouTube videos on this. I'll put a link down in the description box below if you want to check that out. But the next thing that's going to cause this is a bad manifold absolute pressure sensor or a bad BARO sensor. And the next thing that could cause this is that there's some kind of problem going on inside the wiring. There's like an open, there's a short, there's a bad connection, something like that. So if you have a multimeter, you can go and check the wiring. You will need to get wiring schematics for that particular vehicle to know for sure what's going on. But it is very common for 5 volts to be going to these sensors along with the good ground. So you can go and check it, be sure that you're getting voltage to it, that the ground wire is good, and that the signal wire going back to the computer, that it's good, there's no open, short, anything like this. Because the next thing that's going to cause this is that there's some kind of issue going on inside the wiring. And the last thing on the list is going to be that the engine has some kind of vacuum leak or intake air leak. And basically all the air going into the engine should be going in through the throttle body. And if it's not, if it's getting in around this, if there's like a loose hose, a bad gasket or something like this, and air is getting in around the throttle body, then that's going to cause a vacuum leak or an intake air leak. And that can throw off these sensors, that could cause problems and things like this. There's some different ways to go about testing for an intake air leak. One method is the smoke machine method, where you feed smoke into the intake, and then wherever smoke comes out, you know there's a leak, you know there's some kind of issue going on there. You can also just go around the engine and check all the hoses and things like this. Check to see if anything's loose, or if you hear any kind of noise, like air rushing noise or anything like that. But the last thing on the list is going to be a vacuum leak, also called an intake air leak. And so that's basically it. I just wanted to give a basic overview of how you go about fixing a vehicle with the P0069 code. If you have anything to add, please comment down below. If you have any questions, ask me and I'll try to answer them. If this video helps you, please click like, please click subscribe, and have a good day.